Let's talk about the Zeus network. This token is launching on the 4th of the 4th, which is tomorrow. 3% of the total supply has been sent out to the community, and currently the token is trading for about $1. So how do we play this, and what is some information on Zeus network? Let's dive in. So firstly, I should start by saying that Zeus network has been doing very, very well, but there's still a lot of unclear things. It's a little bit of a speculation bet. The other thing to note is there's a decent number of people that are actually pretending to be Zeus network, so just be very, very vigilant of scammers. They do have the official tag here, the official gold tag, and it's Zeus Network HQ. Now, anybody that voted in the Genesis vote on Jupiter, they will actually be getting an airdrop. It doesn't matter if you voted for Zeus Network or for Sharky or anybody else, you will still be getting a partial airdrop. So as an example, this is Topo, and his Zeus allocation's 1,350. He said his actual voting power is 110,000 Jupe. Now for context, these are some of my tutorial wallets, and you can see I've got 60 to claim here, 10 to claim here. As far as I'm aware, the lowest amount is 10. Even if you're just staking like 5 Jupe, you will be getting 10, which is decent. And in this wallet, I don't know what my Jupe staking power is. Maybe it's like 200 or something. I'm not actually entirely sure, but this is 60. Now I'm not suggesting that you do this, but in my case, because I have Jupe in quite a few different wallets, and I voted in all the different wallets, I'm actually getting more Zeus than Topo is, despite the fact that I have a lot less voting power. So in other words, the way they did this airdrop was not a linear airdrop. And the exact way they did the airdrop, I actually don't know. Now I have a research assistant that's been working on this here. This will be linked below. This is Notion. The bullish rating is his. I would probably bring this down to like a 7.5 just at present. And there's a good TLDR. Essentially, this is a bridge that will bring across liquidity from Bitcoin into Solana. There's a test bridge happening at the moment with Apollo where you can mint test BTC, and Zeus is essentially a Solana virtual machine which will act as a bridge for multiple different blockchains in the future. So you can have a read of this if you like. One really important thing is the angel investors. So we've got Munip, the co-founder behind Stacks, which is a different blockchain or DApp or something like that. Andrew Kang, founder of Mechanism Capital, and Anatoly, who I'm sure you know, co-founder of Solana Labs. So I don't want to be overly critical, but just keep in mind that people like this, they'll invest in maybe hundreds of projects a year, and some will work out and some won't. I of course want the Zeus network to do very well, but you just have to keep in mind that maybe there's a 10% success rate from whatever an angel investor actually invests in. You can go through this article if you want to. It's a little bit long. Essentially, they have to keep on building. That's really the reality of it. So how do you play this? Well, tomorrow at 1 p.m. UTC time, the actual launch begins. This is the link. However, all you need to do is just go to jupe.ag. Once you're at jupe.ag, just click LFGG, and then this is where you can go ahead and you can claim your allocation. You can claim your allocation until the 18th of April, 9 p.m. So there's no rush here. So you don't have to worry too much about this. You can see there was 1% that went to Dappy Gang, Zealy, and Jupe voters. And if you click on check eligibility, you can have a read through this right here. One thing to keep in mind, I get these questions in my comments. Basically, if you started to become a Zealy supporter now, it wouldn't matter. Maybe in the future there's another snapshot, maybe they give more tokens in the future. That is a possibility, it's unlikely. But if you jump in now, you're not going to get anything. Same with Dappy Gang. If you want to go and buy one of these NFTs right now, maybe in the future there's a new snapshot where you're allocated tokens, but you will not be getting any of the existing tokens that have been allocated. You can see here the snapshot was the 31st of March at 11 p.m. Singaporean time. Also with the Jupe airdrop, it said the weighting factors were related to voting power, and the snapshot was the 11th of March. However, I don't think this was done accurately, or if it was done accurately, there was some sort of tiered release. I'm not entirely sure how they've done it. However, I'm fine with the way they did it because it allows the people with maybe only 5 or 10 Jupe to still get 10 Zeus tokens. These are the Dappy Gang NFTs, by the way. I have no knowledge on this project, so if you're interested in them, you're going to have to do completely your own research. I imagine the floor price would have gone down significantly, which is to be expected. We can see it here, came up really, really high as there's quite a bit of hype, and then it's dropped down. This just goes to show that although it's great to have NFTs, maybe a good NFT as a PFP or access to alpha or a community, that's basically the play. Otherwise, if they're linked to tokens, you have to keep in mind as soon as a snapshot is taken, the value is lost. Having said that, if you held it at this point and then took profits, you would have been doing quite well. So tomorrow you can go and claim your Zeus. If you want to, you can actually go and pre-sell it with whales.market. At present, the price is around about $1 per token, and it has been significantly higher. So this just goes to show that you just need to be a little bit careful with this sort of stuff. As an example, these people were selling them for like $7 just a couple of days ago. And if we scroll on down to the recent trades, let's kind of scroll back a little bit for a minute and we'll see if we can see anything over the $3-4 mark. Look at these, $10 per token. That's just 2 days ago. So it probably would have been smart to lock in some profit back then. You have to keep in mind that some people have gone and sold it for a very, very low price. This would of course just be a mistake. And the collateral they put up was $10. So of course, if you're on the other side of this trade, that person is not going to honor that and actually give you 1,000 tokens. They're just going to lose their $10 worth of USDC, and that's completely what you should expect. The other thing is a lot of these trades at around $5 or whatever were not a huge amount of liquidity. Either way, selling it right now at $1, not financial advice, but I think this is probably a good sweet spot because I do anticipate a decent amount of sell pressure. So the amount of airdrop tokens is 30 million. You can see the max supply is 1 billion, and we know that 3% will be airdropped. The initial circulating supply is 16.75%. So the initial circulating supply is essentially $167 million. Now I could be completely wrong, but I want to see them ship more stuff before this market cap kind of increases. Also, the way that they've shown their tokenomics, I don't love. It's not a huge amount of clarity, and I also don't fully understand this. I don't think it's terribly clear. This is the token generation event. So this is what generally happens the moment it's generated. So in other words, tomorrow. It says here the advisors get 5% at token generation. The total amount of supply is actually 5%. So they're getting all of that. Then down here it says the vesting is 6 months cliff and then 15 months vesting. Then with early backers, it says a 3-month cliff, 15 months vesting. Early backers get 10%, and then here it says 5% on TGE. The team says 0% TGE, which is to be expected, and they have 15%, which is fine. And then they have their vesting. And of course, 5% goes to the Jupiter Launchpad, and 0.75% goes to Jupe itself as a fee. And overall, the tokenomics are just not clear enough for me to actually think it has short-term potential. In other words, I think they have to build out everything, show that the token has value, and then the token should do well. That's not financial advice, it's purely opinion. So let's go back to the Launchpad and let's have a look at what the plan is essentially for the token price. This is the curve. We'll click on this, and this gives us the parameters. So 5% of the total supply is going into the pool, the maximum price, 85 cents, the initial price, 30 cents. Scrolling on down, we can see the amount of USDC in the pool at different prices. So as an example, I think 52 cents is definitely fair. That's $9 million. And then 85 cents, there's 27 million USDC. I don't know how long the USDC will sit in the pool as well before the team actually decides to take it away. So just keep in mind, there has to be a decent amount of buy pressure to get up to $27.5 million of USDC in the pool, which would put it at 85 cents. We can currently sell it on Whales Market at around $1, and we know we have 30 million tokens worth of potential sell pressure in the form of an airdrop. Having said that, we probably won't even see more than half of the actual tokens being sold from the airdrop. There's just normally some sort of time delay. Maybe it's even 30%. So let's say there's $10 million worth of sell pressure. So maybe the price comes up to around here and then comes on down a little bit, and there's a bit of buy sell pressure. It would need a decent amount again to come up any higher. So I think the price will probably hit around 70 cents, maybe 63 to 74 cents, around that amount. And so with that in mind, selling your token allocation on Whales Market right now could be a good idea. Now, of course, you're welcome to go set up a DCA or a limit order with Jupe. Just keep in mind, with congestion, a lot of these transactions will fail. I would be setting this quite low, like something like 40 cents. I would prefer if you went to Meteor and put the liquidity actually into the pool as USDC in a particular range. I've covered this a few times in the Meteor video, and also covered it in the Banks video and the Wormhole video, so you can check out how to do that yourself. So I guess in closing, I am excited for what the project can achieve in terms of bringing this Bitcoin liquidity into Solana. But I think the initial tokenomics I'm not completely sold on. So personally, I'm going to sell a little bit on Whales Market, and I do anticipate this price will go down a little bit more, but I could be completely wrong. How do you think it's going to go? Let me know and give me your thoughts on Zeus Network. Are you bullish or bearish? Catch you in the next video.